Mike here with another one of my orienteering videos. This time it's the US Orienteering National Championships, which my club, New England Orienteering Club, hosted on October the 11th and 12th. Saturday the 11th we held it at Rocky Woods, middle distance, that's what this video is about, and Sunday was at Powasset Peak. There's rain outside as I'm recording this intro. There was a nor'easter that was due to come through during the race weekend. It didn't affect these two races. It did affect somewhat the Monday sprint race at the north end of Boston, which I didn't go to, so I'll be doing a video of that. So here's the video of the Rocky Woods event. You can see that after the race, the youngsters had some fun activities to do. Here's the map with my course on it, and you can see that as a middle distance event, the controls are very close together. It was a tricky little race, and in fact, my headcam battery died near the end, which was very unfortunate and unexpected because I was timing it during the week. Should have lasted. You get most of it. So let's take a look and see what happened.
You can take your map, don't look at it yet.
Which one?
Either one.
Either one.
Either one. All right, have fun.
Okay, as I'm a pretty slow runner, I just doubled the speed for most of this. I didn't have much live voiceover as I was running, so I'll do the commentary post-race. This is a few days later than I'm talking. So to get to the first control and even the second one, looks like the decisions that I made were to go straight, but you got to go to the left a little bit to avoid some climb. So it's just a matter of choosing how far to the left you want to go. We can see that after leaving the trail, I'm going more or less straight to it. Although I do, for some reason, veer to the right a little bit. Maybe my eyes were drifting towards that control on that boulder, but it meant that I knew exactly where I was there. And it was a beautiful day, although there was a nor'easter storm coming through later in the weekend. Today's race, Saturday, was gorgeous weather for it. I knew I had to go down a steep little bit coming up. I was kind of hoping that if there was any green area I had to go through there, because I was a very late starter, there'd be some trails bashed down by the earlier competitors. There were from time to time, but it turned out I just sort of didn't really spot on the map that there was a white bit of forest, runnable bit down here. Well, I say runnable, but for me, going down a steep hill, nothing's runnable. Just given the state of my knees. Got to go underneath this log here and then up the hill the other side. And the control is that re-entrant on that sort of small hilltop, so it should be fairly straightforward to find. I've veered left a little bit, just going around some of the rockier, rougher wooded area. But this hillside should come into view. You see to the left there's that sort of giant shallow valley. I've gone up the hill now, and I know I need to be on the right side of it to get to the control. And here it is. Quite nicely done first leg. Quite pleased with that. Second one is going to be kind of similar. Going straight. Find the trail that'll cross here. And then not too many obvious features as we go around the hillside to stay on track. There's a boulder to the right with a knoll coming up, and yeah, there's that stony ground that I'm crossing. Or going around. I'm kind of assuming that I'll be able to find those two little mini cliff crags that are near the control. Use that as a way to guide myself into the control. And you can see that the actual control is going to be on a large boulder because it's quite a big black circle, so that should be pretty easy to find. Just going down the hillside. Gonna have to pick my way carefully down these crags. And there you can actually see that big rock right in front. And the control is going to be around the back of it. Should be here. And there it is. Sort of contour around to 3. Up a bit. Some big boulders. So that's the plan for 2 to 3. And in fact, with 3 to 4, you're just going to go straight, contour on the hillside, picking my way across the stony ground now. Of course, I've speeded it up again. I don't normally go this fast across rocky ground, even though I do get lots of practice of rocky ground here in New England. So there's going to be a big boulder with sort of a more heavy big rocks just to the right of it. Just going past them now. They're a good sort of waypoint along the way. You can see what's going on. There are a lot of boulders, as you can see. Some are mapped, some are not mapped individually. So there's always a chance that you go looking at the wrong boulder. But I do recognize that's that sort of rock outcrop, and it's going past. Sort of boulder should be basically straight in front of me. Here it is. We'll slow down to regular speed again. Okay, and here we go again, speeding up. So to get to the next control, I decided to go a little bit to the right of the straight line and use that hilltop, that sort of extended hilltop, as a way to guide me in. Doesn't mean I was going to go all the way to it, but I thought that would be a good way to attack it. And there's also like a little re-entrance straight after that. So I can start to see it on the right, and I know I don't need to be going that far right all the way onto it, so I do start to make my turn and go towards the control. But I do kind of veer off a little bit. I'm not quite sure why I did that or why that happened, but let's slow down and take a listen to see how I recovered or what happened. So I thought it should be here. Okay, I've already determined very quickly on that going to this control is just straight due south, slightly off south, but very easy to follow on the compass. Just can see this re-entrant as well. So it made for a nice straightforward leg as long as you stay going south, slightly to the right of south. Then you can even see the edge of that elongated hilltop just to the right. So this went pretty good. Couldn't have done any better on this particular leg. We'll see the control coming up in just a minute. And there it is. Alright, so the next one is just a matter of going straight and being a little careful. You'll see that I didn't quite get this right. I'll speed it up again. So we're going to be crossing the trail, and then you just got to keep going in the right direction and count your ups and downs. So I know where I am here. That's one up and over, one down. Goes down pretty slowly. Gonna pick my way through the boulders. And then up. So I have veered slightly to the left, mostly to get around things. And then just kind of checking. There's another down and an up. And I half thought that I had already gone far enough, but I didn't realize that I hadn't, and it was the next one. But then I still got a little bit stuck, so we're going to listen to what I'm saying. Okay, so where isn't it here? 6, 33. Because it's here. Okay, so I wasn't too bad. I just stalled for a moment, even though I was on the right ridge in the end. So the next one is a case of going straight. Again, I speeded it up. And trying to make sure you find that knoll. We're going to see that I do drift off a little bit to the right, but then I see some people that help guide me into it. So we'll go normal speed and see what happens there. And we made it to the control. Now if you look at the next leg, it looks pretty straightforward, doesn't it? You basically go in the right direction. See, I can pick up some rock feature here right as I'm leaving the control. I speed it up again. And might pick up the rock in the middle. I'm veering off a little bit to the left. That's not so good. But you'll see a couple of boulders by the control. It's one of them. And it's on a little sort of steep bit of hillside, so it should be pretty straightforward. There's that boulder we just passed on the left. It's halfway around. But things take a turn for the worse. Literally turn for the worse. I don't know why I'm doing this turn here. So let's see how this goes from here on in. I don't think it's this one, but I might be wrong. 134. Don't know why I didn't realize I was going in the wrong direction here. And I'm actually going to end up relocating on the trail where the water is. It's not marked on this Lightblocks map, but that trail junction, just to sort of off to the left, is where there's a water for refreshments. And then I start to realize what's going wrong. I just took the wrong direction. There's the water. Somehow I didn't spot that little sort of hill I came down, which wasn't very tall, was that sort of row hillside, and I should have realised that and just taken a right turn and gone to the control. Finally got myself sorted out. There's the rocks, but what a mess that was of a straightforward looking leg. That scrunching sound is me refolding the map. And going to the next control, I was going to go to the trail, go around and right a little bit, and then come in off the slight bend in the trail. And it looks like there's plenty of rock features, and looks like the control is on a pretty nice looking hill. It's actually the re-entrant just over it, so they should be straightforward. We'll see how this one goes based on the last one. Alright, speed it up again, go to the trail, round to the right, round to the left, and then we'll be exiting the trail just as the trail bend up ahead. And seeing the rock features on the right, you can see them there. Little re-entrant, shallow re-entrant off to the right there, and the rocks on the left. Use that to help guide me in up this very shallow re-entrant. Looking for the hill, which is not a very big one, but as I'm actually going in the right direction, I can see it, which is good. And slow to normal speed. Here we are getting into the control. Alright, on to the next one. And yeah, looks like you go basically straight and navigate carefully and work your way around the green bits. I've had problems recently in recent events with edge of marshland and relatively flat green land, so I was a little bit nervous about this one, but let's see how it goes. See, there's a boulder there, so I know where I am here. I just have to make some sort of little navigation choices around trees and rocks, but I'm generally going in the correct direction. There's another boulder to go past, and expecting to see these two other boulders coming up. There they are, which means the control should be just past them. Should be coming up to it. And here we are. There's no live commentary at the moment, probably not for the rest of the race because I was getting pretty tired. But that went pretty well. And then the next leg, lots of black lines, so lots of rocks to work my way around. Basically want to go kind of straight towards the control, work my way down the rocky hillside to the trail, and then go left a bit on the trail, work my way around the linear rock feature to the big boulder. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, just trying to figure out where to go down. This looks like a reasonable pace. I'll speed it up again. So it's 2 times normal speed. And I was quite pleased that I was able to find a pretty good route for me to get down that little bit of steep hillside onto the trail. Go along the trail. Looking to the right, there's a big rock feature that I want to get around the edge of, and that should lead me straight into the control. So around the corner here should be a big boulder in sight. There it is. And here we are coming into this control. And it's at this point, well, a few seconds later, that my camera battery died, which is disappointing, but that's what happened. So for this next leg, it's a case of do you go straight down to the trail or along through the woods and then down this smaller trail, which is what I did. Then you just cross the ditch there, follow it down, wending your way around the rocks to get to the boulder control. Then you keep following the ditch down, get to the trail junction, down to the control. Then I guess you could consider going straight, but that would be going sort of up and over a little bit of a hill, and the trail was definitely going to be much faster running for me. Do cut this corner though, into the control, and then go straight to the last control. You can start to see the open areas from there and out to the finish. Well, that was a pretty enjoyable race. The result reflected how I did. Not too bad, not great, not good enough to get into the top 3 and get any kind of medals, but still really enjoyed it. I also volunteered at the event. Most of the volunteers got to run. Special thanks to the overall event director for the weekend, John Campbell, and for the race director on Saturday, this event, Kristen Hall, and the course setter, Magnus Bjorkman. Well done everybody in New England for putting on the event, and hope you enjoyed the video, and see you on the next one.